What's up? Good morning. Market opens in 4 minutes. Boom, we're gonna go live. Here we go. Shareable link. Paste. Let's see. Okay. Let's see if we get a low risk pre-market entry. That's going to be a long trigger somewhere right before the market opens. I'm going to get in small risk. Hopefully, when volatility hits, it'll just spike in my favor. So that's going to be based off one of these triggers that looks really clean, somewhere close-ish to the open. So we have London lows below. We're sitting just below the new week opening gap here, which I am expecting to break, and I think we're going to come all the way up here to last week's highs. All right. So I tried this new week opening gap, bounced twice. This is the actual new week opening gap here. Was chilling. I probably should have went break even. Almost got 2R out of it. I probably should have went break even before unemployment came out, but I was fairly confident in this move. And I'm trying not to overmanage my positions. So it's all good. Had a nice winner overnight, all the way from here. All the way from here up to here. So a little bit playing with house money, but got to be careful. All right, so doesn't look like we're going to get a low risk pre-market entry here. See, that's a long trigger there. But I don't love that it's not a swing low. I would rather put in a low, take liquidity, and then go up. And see, now the problem is because you have this, which will likely get swept. So I'm just going to chill. There you go, swept. 1 minute. Now I just want to watch how price reacts here. We take London's low here, and I am certainly interested in a long. Not financial advice, purely educational, all that good stuff. Don't trade, you'll lose money. Don't follow me, you lose money. Well, you can trade if you want, but that's on you. One minute's putting in a nice reversal here. I mean, the 5 minute looks nice. 1 minute's kind of showing bullish. This gap is holding. We're at new midnight open. Very, very, very tempting to take this long for the rip. Do I think London's low is going to hold is the question. It sure is acting like it. Too close to call. No trash trades, you heard. 1 second, I'm going to go get my creatine. She follows me up and down. Yeah. All right, so acting like it wants to go to London low. Also, you got yesterday's high. This blue line here is yesterday's high from the landmark indicator. This raspberry creatine is disgusting. Boom. Oh my God, we're breaking down. Question. Do I buy it? Oh no, we got a gap there. We got a gap here. Could possibly sell off all the way down to the gap. No way to know for sure. So the old me would disregard this super sharp momentum and take the first long trigger I get on a 15-second. Does that sound reasonable? Does that sound reasonable to anyone? Man, it's a beautiful day. Thank you, God, for this beautiful day. So I do like that we're perfectly taking this liquidity, tapping this channel, like literally perfectly. If we put in some structure here, okay. If we put in some structure here, get back above yesterday's high, could be interesting. Had to try this long. Pulled back, fair value gap, midnight open. Just had to take it. Would have regretted it not taking it if it would have went in my direction. So, all right, almost a change in the state of delivery there. And this is a 15-second chart, so you don't want to get too excited. But yep, so we have our first confirmed baby time frame reversal. This bar is purple. There's a divergence in the momentum with the close. This close is only slightly lower. So momentum is dying there. But I'm not interested in stepping in front of this. Let's see something here. Alrighty then. Something's happening. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. New 5-minute bar is pushing up. 5 minutes down. I think we're gapping up pretty nicely here. Yep. I'll draw this. Open range gap. Gives me my open range gap standard deviations. 50% is lining up with that gap too. So should I sell yesterday's high right now. Playing for this gap and 50% of the opening range gap. Also, you got a little bit of liquidity under here, right here. Long bias though. Practice not selling when you have a long bias. Practice not selling when you have a long bias. Practice not selling when you have a long bias. Okay. Something is trying to happen here. Let's see. First, fair value gap is technically there. So that technically would be an inverted. However, it is pretty small and doesn't meet the filter standards that I have set, which are 0.2 of an ATR. So it's not even 0.2 of an ATR wide. So not going to read into it too much. A close above 50% of the opening range here would be interesting on the 5-minute. That would also be a close above yesterday's high. 2 minutes left here. That little micro first fair value gap. Look at that. Psych. That's yesterday's high, bro. Come on. So rejecting yesterday's high. First shorts getting punished. I mean, first longs just got punished. Smoked them. Let's see what a measured move of this looks like. So boom, boom. Let's call it AB equals CD. 50% of that. Put that there just for fun. This is what I was saying. Should I short this? But practice not going short when you have a long bias. I mean, honestly though, this daily chart. Let's see. You had 2 down days yesterday, so Monday, Tuesday down. Yesterday, possible bottom of the week. And today is kind of in the middle of the weekly range. No, we're still at the top of the weekly range, so I'm still favoring longs for sure. By the time we close this gap, what else are we really trying to do? Close the open range gap. There's another gap down here, 50% of yesterday's range, which is a half back. We could try to make a half back and then go. Turnaround Thursday, is that really a thing right now? Hard to say. Really, really, really like us getting back to new week opening gap at least one more time. Just have to react to price, not predict. But you got to predict in order to be prepared a little bit, you know? So like I'm expecting this to happen, so I'm ready when I see it happening. Okay, possible inverted fair value gap here. Uh-oh, look out. What does this do? Still like this for a short. 50% of this range, fair value gap. I like us to get down here. Let's keep an eye on some volume. Pretty nice volume on that last bar, actually. So we do have a decent FVG on the 5-minute here. Let's see how that lines up with INWOG. That is lower than INWOG, so we could get a confirmed inverted on the 5-minute. This is a little bit of a low risk trade right here. If you buy this, stop underneath this fair value gap. Okay, you would have lost if you did that. Man, it's my mind cannot stop thinking of a small stop loss risk unit as being like ideal. Like if I can get in with a really tight stop, that's so great. Super low probability when you have a tight stop. Let's mark out the new hour. We're about to get a new 15-minute candle here. Still not necessarily mad at getting long right here. One minute left on this 15-minute candle, which looks like this. So we are getting above this, pushing up here. Actually just kind of going sideways. Not a lot of follow through. Starting to like this for a long. See, that's the problem with these super long, large overnight ranges is that a lot of times it trends overnight and then it can kind of seek and destroy. Chop during New York. Well, we're just holding here, so we'll see. Boom, there you go. This might be the wick of the 15-minute candle. We just don't know. Well, it's almost a shooter. I mean a hammer. Let's see what this looks like here. It looks like y'all can see what's going on. Let's see, I'll label some stuff here. Let's see, new week opening gap. This is midnight. Inside up close. The number of viewers connected to the stream at this moment, recently available at this time, 0. Interesting. All right, continuing to sell off. Wedge pattern. Right? 1, 2, 3. Al Brooks wedge pattern. It's on a 1 minute though. Taking out London's lows. Okay, call. This is interesting. Now that I'm kind of seeing this objectively, huge bar, huge volume, slicing right through new week opening gap. Returns to new week opening gap and slowly just fails. Fails again at open on volume. Therefore, this whole situation makes a lot of sense, actually. Okay. Now, standard projections 4, 2. That's 4 standard deviations to the tick. Okay. Longs are definitely a little more interesting here. Might want to be aggressive. It's a long trigger right there. 15-second long trigger. Take the first one. That's kind of a gangster move, huh? What's the risk here? Less than 20 points. So you buy that, already came back to your entry. $200 is up there. Dang, bro, you're below everything. Let's see. Definitely should have an anchored VWAP to FOMC yesterday is much lower. There. It's about 100 points lower. Divergence, slowing momentum, gap closed. Inverted. Oh my gosh. Almost FOMO'd this. I don't mind getting long. I just have to do it in a really smart way. Sometimes a really smart way is just clicking the buy button. See, so an inverted on the 1. 15-second chart, bro. I mean, I've been trading it for quite some time now, but I'm starting to want a little bit more out of the relationship. All right, here we go. Here's a chance for the entry. Only buy down close candles. What's that volume telling us? Okay. We all saw the same thing. I didn't buy a down close candle. I waited for it to flip bullish and then I entered. And it was an immediate slap on the wrist. I mean, that's funny right there, right? Noise on the lower time frames. Where's the 5-minute? Gotta get used to trading this higher time frame, bro. I just don't know what to say. Not a habit I have at all. Okay, inside up, spike down, shook the weak hands, me. Stop should have been beneath this low. I'll confess. Improper stop placement. 50% of this swing is here. Kind of inducement, right? Like didn't take this level so close. Hourly flip is here. We're inside the macro, inside up there. Sometimes you have to do battle, right? So inside up, that's the trigger. I'm going to say this was the last stop hunt. I'm going to do battle here and expect us to push up. Okay, don't like it. Think this account is throwing me off. I'm up 150 on this account, but this account is definitely throwing me off. I'm going to not trade this account anymore. Log out. So I'm only taking a trade in my proper funded account, and it's going to be a little bit more confirmation in a 15-second chart. See, this is another bullish trigger here. And am I scared of missing this move? A little bit, but why do I have to be so perfect, dude? I'm like trying to pick the bottom here. It's my habit. I'm always trying to be so super smart, outsmart the market, pick the bottom. I need to get in on the other side of the V. This is still like the bottom of the V. If you look at the 5, right? Like it hasn't even really turned up yet, which is all good. I mean, let's see here. 20 sloping down hard, 200 still pushing up. Took this gap, which I really like. Tried to get long twice here already. Let's see, so inverted fair value gap. If we close above here, new hour and 4 minutes. Look at it. See? I kind of like this area for long. So now we're confirming on the 1 minute, possibly in 25 seconds, the first inverted fair value gap. So does this constitute a worthy entry on my funded account? What are the higher time frames telling us? 4 hour, getting ready to close, bearish, below the low of the last 4 hour candle, large down close candle. $967. Could have a little more downside. Could see it sell off to here. Maybe even take this gap. This is 50% of the range, 50% of yesterday, and then go. This is a confirmation long right here. Oh, dude, and it's tightening up. And we're tightening up like this. You gonna tighten up like that? It's tightening up. Okay. Okay. All right. That thesis is shot. Didn't expect this before the hourly, honestly, to happen like that. This is a little wild. Let's see. Trump's supposed to be talking some smack today, huh? At 10, actually, huh? Air traffic problems caused by the incompetent Biden administration, as headed by, in this case, a total novice and political hack, Pete B. I will fix it. Interesting here. So, who's not getting the memo? Bulls might not be getting the memo. See, real Donald Trump. Is he going to tweet directly? Low risk pre-market entry before the hourly opens, probably not the best idea. I think we're going to sweep here and then go. That's just me. I think we're going to come down here, new hour, sell off. Probably just hit the sell button. Come down here, do something for a bit, and then go up. That is my crystal ball prediction. I'm going to go Yo, yo, yo. Okay. No follow through on the hourly yet. Nice reversal candle here right at the 200. And the 20 based on the 2-minute chart. If this fails, I actually want to be long. This could be the manipulation, the wick of the hourly candle. So one way you could play this is you sell it short, expecting it to fail here. But if it's, instead of getting stopped out when it comes back, just reverse and catch it if it's going to be an actual reversal. So I'm getting off the 15-second. Let's see what this 5-minute looks like. Confirmed, not quite confirmed, but almost. Inverted fair value gap. 1 minute. This is some structure. Inside up close on the 1 minute held. Last two long triggers are holding. Definitely tapped a target here. Interesting. Balanced price range. There. Bodies almost respecting that. It's an inverted. High and tight here. Rally, base, rally. Liquidity here. I want to enter, but where does my stop go is the problem. Maybe just one contract. All right, too much on the chart. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Dude, you know what? What is the rush here? I don't need to get in at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? No breaker because there's no lower low. Trumpy. Okay, 50% retracement here on this leg. What do you want to do about it? This would be a nice freaking fake out right here, huh? Man, if it rolls over here, you're going to get a lot of people wanting to be short. Could be the perfect time to let her rip. Also, the market could just possibly be weak. Tesla's up 2 something percent. Mostly everything is kind of up. Not by that much. We're only up 0.6% on the day. ES is up less than 0.5%. I mean, that's not as strong of a day as you think. Therefore, Looking at this daily chart. Could hold here and then trend on Friday. So we might be in a range here. Okay. Should I flip my bias? Opening price is holding there. Changing the state of delivery there. Get in as close to where you're wrong as possible. So closing the gaps here, flipping the day bearish there as well. That would be really kind of a dramatic swing, right? Hourly chart is telling us something. Down, 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 down. 4-hour chart, here we go. Down. And down. $30-minute chart. Consolidation here. I'm going to go ahead and import my trades from last week. I can't tell if someone's watching. It says no concurrent viewers, but it says average view duration is the full length. So somebody might be watching in incognito mode. I really don't know how it works. Project X trade data. So I'm chilling. There's nothing for me to do. I have a long bias. I'm letting the market sell off. I'm working on importing my trades from last week programmatically using Python off screen, just kind of chilling. So, not much going on for me right now, except being a professional trader and doing nothing because I have no edge. Once we get this as an anchored VWAP to yesterday's FOMC news, once we get around there and around here, I'll be getting interested in a long again. You dig? In this box, meantime, though, we could be chopping sideways, drifting lower. Somewhere in here, I want to do something that ideally I feel like we should be kind of drifting back up. Pretty legit short right here, though, once you can see things objectively. Did not take that high. Equal highs here. Trades export. Okay. Chappie's going to do my bidding. Let's see. Absolutely. Inside up close. Is this a level? Let's go to the 15-minute. It's definitely a level. Lower high, higher low. Here. Looks like a nice bear flag right there, bro. Project X. There you go. Almost a change in a state of delivery here. Got him. Like that for a short, but I'm not taking any trash trades. Do like that for a short. Probably a lot of people like that for a short when they see that candlestick like that, though. Swing this like this. Get rid of everything. See, yep. Trash trade. Interesting, huh? These levels are interesting. All right, looking at this chart, all right, let's test this out. Looks like we're getting the beginnings of the bottom. It's ugly. Hmm. Saving some research there. All right, I'm done. 9:30. Didn't quite get a convincing enough reversal yet here. 50% of the most recent swing is there. We're just now able to get above it. I could see this getting sloppy. That's why I drew this box here, and that's why I drew it this size and this length, because I thought that for this duration of time, literally all the way until lunch basically, the market can just meander. So there you go. Don't be trashy. I love it. All right, I'm done for the day. Well, I'm done on stream for the day. I'll still take this setup if I catch it at a more opportune time. Peace out.